West Michigan is an amazing place to see beautiful sunsets. So today, Justin Stubleski from the Camera Shop of Muskegon is here to share tips for capturing better pictures of those sunsets. I can't tell you how many times I've gone out to the lake with my, my iPhone, and I'm like, oh, this is so pretty, and then I take it, and there's like no color. You can't even tell really what it is, except there's a bright orange spot somewhere. It might be the sun.
Yeah, so what you might be facing there with cell phone photography is kind of tricky because you're limited by that one lens on your camera. The newer ones have 3 lenses. I know my Samsung Galaxy has those 3, so you have different focal lengths.
Yeah, that's nice.
But what I normally recommend for most people who are shooting with their cell phones is if you have an HDR mode, maybe if you have an Apple iPhone, the HDR mode is good. The other thing would be to, if you can zoom in, these new cameras on the phones have that telephoto lens, so you can use that to get a little closer to the sun.
Yeah, and I think the first image you have for us to look at is the one of a cell phone, right?
Yeah. So this is something that I actually took with my S10 Plus, and this is just utilizing that HDR mode, which I was recommending that you use to shoot with your camera.
Now that's beautiful. I've never shot anything that looks like that.
Well, and it's all about timing. So the most important thing is it's time and place. So it's knowing getting out there early. So I know I have another image here that this is getting out early in the day, just before the sun goes down, and light changes as that time goes on.
What I love about this photo is how it bounces off the higher grass, and you really get that depth. I mean, this is what makes it something you want to put on the wall.
Yeah, and that's what you're trying to aim for. It's all about framing and putting objects in the frame that are going to just really, set the environment and set the tone. So, this is another thing. Like after sunset, you wait until the sun well goes down, and you have this beautiful image with how the colors just kind of stack up in the sky, and you get these wonderful gradients.
And some people feel like, oh, if it's going to be a cloudy night, then I'm not going to get a good sunset. But sometimes the clouds really do add enhancement.
Yeah, they actually do. And the other thing is on top of timing is the sun. Waiting to place that at a certain point. So if you just give yourself some time, kind of line yourself up with a subject and where the sun's going to be,
perfectly sitting on that lighthouse.
Yeah,
I love it.
You can even put it inside the lighthouse, which is a fun thing to do too, but it's all about timing and placement.
Yeah, and this is beautiful as well. You've got a lot of equipment though.
Yes.
If somebody's really into wanting to take beautiful pictures and sunset, you've got some suggestions.
Yes, so I mean, if you're looking to get into better sunsets and you don't want to utilize your phone, a point and shoot camera for someone who's relatively new to photography is a really great option because it'll give you scene modes like a sunset mode. You'll also get that out of these interchangeable lens cameras, but you get more control out of interchangeable lens cameras. You'll have wide angle lenses that allow you to get that wide berth of the scenery around you. The ones of the lighthouses, just centralized in the photo. You can use a telephoto lens, which isolates that subject. And of course, you want to make sure that you're using like a tripod and shutter release, because when the sun goes down, the light isn't as tense, so your shutter speed will slow down. So you want to make sure that you have a stable stand to have your camera on.
Yeah, just some really easy tips to make sure that you go out there and that you can enjoy what it is that you're seeing. Like you say, timing is everything. You stay for a while. Don't just go out there and take one photo and think you're going to get it.
Well, it's not over till it's over. And one of my images here that we have, towards the end was it rained. You can utilize reflections. This is just, don't just utilize what's around you. Zoom in on the water. You can do some cool things. But this image right here, we had a photo walk like we're going to do this Thursday, and it was raining all day, and we went out there, and about 5 minutes before the sun went down, this is what you got.
Oh,
so the idea is it's not over till it's over. Stay till the end. The sunset last night, we had the clouds come through. It looked pretty dreary, but guess what? It turned into a beautiful night. So you never know until you know. So it's always good to show up, roll the dice, and we only get the opportunity to do this so many months out of the year.
Right.
And summer's coming to a close quick, so it's good to take advantage of the time while you can.
Don't be in a hurry and use your patience.
Yes.
All right, thank you so much. If you're interested in learning more, join Justin this Thursday night at 6 at a free sunset photo walk at Pier Marquette Beach. She'll share all kinds of tips and techniques for capturing those sunsets. All the details on 13onyourside.com.